What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, SVR Picks. Make sure you guys go to svrpicks.com/NBA. Check out the NBA picks and content that we have there. We appreciate everybody for watching, liking, hitting the subscribe button. We reached 80,000 subscribers, guys. So we appreciate everybody for subscribing. You know what I'm saying? Tell everybody about the show, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in and checking out the show, man. Let's try to get to some money, my guys. I'm your host, Jay Money. It's my guy, BlackJack Fletcher, and that's my guy, Junior Browne, man. What's up? What's up, BlackJack? Everything good with you?
Everything's fantastic, brother. 2-1 again last night. Gave you the Pistons. Gave you that one. Didn't think they'd win it outright, but knew we were on the right side there. Junior Browne, owe him a thanks for the Phoenix play, for his beautiful analysis, talking me into that. And listen, guys, I don't want to make this about me because I'm not a me guy. I'm a we guy, right? But I don't think it's a coincidence that SBR hits 80,000 followers a month after BlackJack arrives. I don't think it's a coincidence.
Hey, it happens, man. Hey, the proof is in the pudding, man. You came, and then that's when we hit the 80,000. So you can say that. What's up, Junior? Everything good with you? We've been here too, man. We part of that 80,000 too, Junior.
Yeah, no. Thank you to everyone for subscribing. Smash that like button. And yeah, as BlackJack mentioned, I only had one play yesterday. The Suns. Nice to see a play. And I'll be honest with you, they had another one of these ridiculous quarters where all of a sudden they forgot how to play basketball. Luckily for us, that their defense came to play. So that was a good one. But it's time to put our heads down and get back to cashing some tickets today if we can. Let's do it.
That's it. Yes, sir. It was just 4 games yesterday, man. The Rockets. It was crazy. I had to watch that Blazers and Rockets game on, man. It was up 30-10. I was like, what the hell going on, man? Let me watch this shit. Then I watched it, and they ended up coming all the way back. You know what I'm saying? The Rockets actually came back and they were about double digits. They were really finna run away with that game. And then before you know it, then the Blazers coming back, making it close. And then, you know what I'm saying? I even thought maybe they outscored them 36-18, doubled them up in that second quarter. Then the Rockets just kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of just walked through that one and ended up barely winning that one. So they didn't cover, but they did win the game. So the Blazers really showed something there. It was just crazy that they got up by 20 real quick and pissed it away like it was nothing, man. It's really interesting to see this happen. I've never seen nothing happen like this. I've seen 20-point leads get blown, but I mean they go like in the snap of fingers, guy. I mean, it's crazy, man. If you're on the Blazers, well, you can't if you're on the Blazers, but yeah, first half or something. Hey, that was tough there. But the Clippers, they end up smacked the Heat there, man. I was seeing a bunch of people on the Heat yesterday. I was wondering why. Like, why are people laying points with the Heat with this injury-riddled team? Dragic ended up sitting out. Hero came back. Who else? So Bradley ended up sitting out. It was a tough game for him, man. Clippers, there was another one where they were smacking them at first. Then the Clippers came back, itching back, and ended up winning that game, man. So that was crazy. The Pistons, they smacked the Lakers up. It was actually probably the worst game that the Lakers have played all season. They didn't have Anthony Davis out there, but the Pistons just beat them from start to finish. And when Lakers they could never really pull away. They get up by 5 or 6, and then they piss away the lead. They didn't come to play. Actually, we saw them just had a letdown game. And the Suns, man, I rode with my guys there right before you guys said I'm gonna ride with my guys. Threw a little bit on the Suns there, minus the 1.5, man. So we cashed that one. Luckily, Suns actually, because I was like, man, it's the last game of their 4-game homestand, man. They can't lose this game. And so I mean, that's exactly what they did. They won that last game of their 4-game road trip. Anytime you guys see somebody like 4-game road trip, home game stand. If they've lost every one of them games, you got to take them in that last one, man. You just have to. And so that's what my guy Junior did yesterday. He cashed them up, my guys. But let's get to today's games, man. That's what you guys are here for. First game up, my guys. We got the Pacers versus the Hornets here, Junior. Pacers versus a little revenge spot here for the Hornets here. You taking the home dog?
I want to. I've tried to talk myself into it several different ways, but the Pacers are just a better team here. And the things that make the Pacers better, I don't really know how Charlotte deals with it. Whereas on the flip side, I don't really think Indiana has a problem dealing with what Charlotte throws at them. So I wish the spread was closer to 3. If it was 3, I would be on Indiana. But at this number, it's just a stay away from me because even though the revenge game, J factor, and everything points towards, and just what we've seen so far in the season, right? These turnaround games, the home, especially the home team, if they lost, they usually come back with a much better effort. I don't all the way believe in Charlotte though. I'm still not 100% convinced. I know this year I said I wouldn't disrespect them like I did last year, and I don't think I have. But I don't think they're a good team. They have like one win in the last like 7 games, bro. Like what? Nah. I need more points.
Yeah, BlackJack. Hornets, one of those teams that was hot earlier in the year. They was hot early in the year. Now, not so much. Now they're starting to regress towards the mean, BlackJack. Are you taking what you have a bet in this game? What you looking at the over and under?
I don't, Jay. I agree with what Junior said here. I wanted this line to be smaller. I like the Pacers here. I have a strong lean to the Pacers in this spot, brother, but I just don't trust them enough to lay, this many points on the road. And Charlotte, like you said, they started the year well. So, I mean, it's in there, right? Like maybe they'll remember the feeling tonight. I don't know. But I don't want to bet on it. So, no, for me, this one's a pass.
Exactly. Yeah, we have saw it be a sharp play with the second half of that back-to-back, especially when it's the home team. Like Junior said, the home team is especially catching points. So I'm staying away from this one. The first game was kind of close before the Pacers really just pulled away in that one. So I could see the Hornets here getting a little bit of revenge here, but the Pacers are the better team. It's no play for me on this one. The total did open up at 220 up to 222. So some steam is coming over there on that over there, my guys. The Pacers are the better team, and the Hornets, like I say, I'm still not sold on. I don't think that they're that good. They can sleek up on some teams if they get hot from three, but lately Graham and Rozier hadn't been that hot. So if they're not hot, it's gonna be tough, man. They need to knock down those outside shots. They're not like a totally different team, man. So, damn, that's tough. Ooh, Nets say KD out tonight, guys. If you like what's called that was tough, man. Man, what are we? I can't stand what we're doing here, man. I'm looking at the Nets hard. I'm looking at them hard, smack spot, and then KD ruled out. I ain't looking at them no. Look, BlackJack, I ain't looking at them no more.
All right, listen, I'm looking at that game hard.
We'll get to it, man. Let's get. We got the Hawks versus Wizards next, my guys. Hawks versus Wizards here. Line originally opened up at 6 for the Hawks. It's down to 3.5. Money coming in on the Wiz kids. I think they're gonna get maybe some of their players back. Maybe they get Hachimura, Bertans back today. That's why you're seeing some money coming in. But it's just interesting to me saying money coming on the Wizards. We know Bradley Beal, everything Clippers, Lakers. Somebody finna grab him. His head is maybe starting to wander off somewhere else. He's still gonna play hard though, Junior. What you think here? The Wizards home dog, money line, what?
Yeah, I think if you got it at 6, good for you, because I'm not really too sure why the Hawks are 6-point road favorites. That's a bit crazy. Because if you're talking about the top end of both teams, yeah, I'm not a Westbrook guy, but Washington's 2 best players and Atlanta's 2 best players, like the difference is really not that big. Listen, here's actually what I'm actually trying to say. I don't all the way believe in the Hawks because the last time we talked about the Wizards, I talked about all the reasons that they're not a bet-on team, and I still think that. But I don't all the way believe in these Hawks. I don't want to start talking trash about their coach, but they need to do something. There's something's not right in Atlanta. So I'm going to say that I actually lean towards the Wizards. I wouldn't put my money on it because I missed the best part of the number, but I could only look towards the Wizards here. I can't be laying points with the Hawks on the road right now. I don't see any reason to. They did play scrappy against Brooklyn, but I feel like the Hawks are one of those teams that plays up to their competition in the same breath they'll play down to their competition.
Exactly. So let's see. So I think it's Smith and themselves. So I know Bertans is coming back for sure. Hachimura still should back. Yeah, Hachimura still should back. Still need to see what's up with Avila, Tony Browne, and Ish Smith though. They especially needed Smith to back up point guard off the bench, and so they'll probably get Westbrook back here tonight. It's just tough, man. So really, the Hawks play more defense than the Wizards. The Wizards still, I mean, even though those guys are coming back, you had to remember that they're not necessarily in rhythm. And I hate when these teams bring the guys back in rhythm. Like literally, if you see Bertans or like Hachimura in the starting line, like it's not gonna be. I know the Wizards need those guys, but it's just not good, man. It's really better for you to keep that same starting five that you had, bring those guys off the bench, let them get their feet wet a little bit. Just bring them in there starting. It just messes everything up, man. I really like these coaches should be smart enough to know that. If I know that, why can't you can't just be throwing them guys out in the fire, man, even if they had one or two practices. But I don't that's just my thoughts of it. If it's me, it's only way I could look Hawks. I don't care what money coming on Wizards, the guys come back, all that. I can only look Hawks in this game. I'm not looking towards the Wizards. They're a head case right now. Bradley Beal, he's still gonna play hard, but his head is elsewhere, maybe in LA or something right now, my guys. I'd like to. Hey, if I was going in Washington, my mind be in LA too. But I'm just saying, my guys. I'm just saying. So
saying that Westbrook is not playing. Do you guys have confirmation of that?
You said Westbrook is not playing? I mean, I don't see why not. Let's
saying that's why I was like, I
have not seen that
about this game.
I don't think the money would be coming like that if Westbrook wasn't playing. Because like literally it's down to 3.5. I was looking at this more as 4.5, 4. It's down to 3.5 now, most places. So no, I really don't think Westbrook is out, my guys. I mean, just because he was out last game because it was a back-to-back. He's not really injured here, BlackJack. What you think of over in this game, Hawks versus Wizards?
If I were going to play this, yeah, I would play this over. And it's not a small number, right? 233.5, 234. I would play it over just because, the Wizards defense, trash. The Hawks, not consistent enough. You're going to see these teams shooting a lot of threes. And listen, I know we talk about Bradley Beal being distracted. I mean, how could you not be distracted if you're Bradley Beal? But he's still playing out of his mind, right? I mean, he's playing really good basketball right now. So I don't know. I would lean over here. I think these teams are into the 120s.
Yeah, and Wizards actually kind of played better without Westbrook, if you want to be honest. So I mean, him come back in may not be too well. I mean, you look at the Hawks, man. I know they hadn't really been playing well. I mean, this team is just they got a lot more bodies than this Wizards team, man. They coming off a loss. Let me see. When the last time these two played? Yep, Wizards beat them March 6, 2020, the last time these two teams played. So we're just 1-5 at the house this year. They're 3-11. You could argue it's still out of them and the Timberwolves' worst team in the league, my guys. So it's a short number, and it is scary. It's only coming down towards the Wizards. Like Sharps are hopping all over the Wizards. It didn't necessarily mean that they're going to cash, though. So I don't have a play on the game, but they keep bringing it down, man. I might have to hop on them boys. Oh, they say Kawhi is not on the injury report. I like around this time. This when all the shit start coming out. This when all the info start coming out, man. Let's get to the next game. We got the Bucks versus the Pelicans. The Pelicanos over here. Line open up at 6.5. Paul George not on the injury report either. Line open up at 6.5 for the Bucks. It's up to 7.5 now. What are we doing here, BlackJack? We taking Pelicans home dog plus the points, or is we got Drew Holiday coming back to New Orleans? What we doing, BlackJack?
I'm not playing this game. I think this is. I think this is a really. It's a weird spot for me. If you would have asked me before I looked at this line, what number I thought this would be at, I would have said 7. That number feels right on the target for me. I don't think there's a lot of value on either side here. New Orleans, I mean, we talked about it, right? With the way this team is played, like, would it shock you if they got blown out here? No, it wouldn't. But, they do have the talent to stay in this game. I don't know. I don't want any part of this. 7 doesn't feel like there's a lot of value on either end.
Yep, 7.5 now, man. What you thinking here, Junior? We taking a home dog here, Pelicans. They coming off a win, man. Are they back, or do they go ahead and get smacked here? And Alonzo, I think he's still a little injured as well, could possibly. So we got Bledsoe facing his old team, and we got Drew Holiday facing his old squad. They swapped point guards. What's up, Junior?
Yeah, I mean, I can't stand Bledsoe, so I won't even. Honestly, I could really only look at the Pelicans first half plus 4. I wouldn't put my money on it though, but if you're asking me what is the most appealing line in this game, it would have to be that. Just hopefully they build up some momentum from the last game. The problem is their last couple of games haven't even been really against good teams, and they played well, and I cashed on them in the last game. But am I confident that they're back? Hell no, I'm not confident that they're back. And I think that this step up in competition is going to let us know if that's the case or not, because the schedule starts to get a little bit tougher moving forward. So for right now, no play. My lean is Pelicans +4. And that's only based off the strength of Milwaukee is just not the same team that we've grown accustomed to. I still think that that's the case. I think that they're growing. I think that they're learning, but they're still not there yet. So there's still a little bit of value, I think, in that +4 for the Pelicanos.
Exactly. Yeah, people in the chat, it just tripped me out real quick. People tell me Kawhi and PG are in LA and they're not playing tonight. So and so, ooh, bro, just stop it, man. They're playing tonight. What it says, they're Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are out of health and safety protocols and are available to play tonight versus Orlando. So it's just what they just brought it back up at 5.5 for Clippers. Damn. But yeah, people in the chat trying to tell me that they're still in LA. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, it's some false shit or something. But yeah, Junior makes some good points in that one. Maybe Pelicans come out here early. Like I say, I mean, we know that guy over there coaching for his job. It's just the Pelicans don't play enough defense. They're going to need to be a defensive team to stop the Bucks, man. This one could get ugly for the Bucks. The Pelicans, if they came to play, they could possibly win this game. Like, I'm not sold on the Bucks. I'm not sold on their bench. Like, their starting five would literally have to pretty much kill other teams. Because when their bench comes in, I'm sorry, there's a huge drop-off, if you ask me, man. Huge. I mean, they're not bad players. It's just they're new. All their bench is new. They hadn't came together. They don't really mesh well, if you ask me. Like, when they got them over, I'm like, Portis, DJ Augustine Forbes is like, no, bro, it's not going to work, man. It hasn't been working. I don't know what they're going to do. They really need that Bogdanovich trade to come through, man. I'm not laying 7.5 on the road with the Bucks. What's up, BlackJack? And you say you're not betting this game, though, right, BlackJack? Nothing on the total, either my guys? What you thinking the pace might be like in this one? Do we see the Pelicans continue to slow down the pace, BlackJack?
I would lean that way, yeah. I think that, when you're looking at this game, the Pelicans probably should, whether they will or not, they probably should try to slow the pace down and keep the number of possessions as low as they can. 230.5, I'd lean under.
Got you, man. I think everything kind of nice, man. Everything's setting up nice, man. But yeah, that under might be a nice look, though, Junior. What you thinking here? Did the Bucks, do they play a slower game here, or can the Pelicans play some defense in this spot, Junior?
No. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is.
No.
First of all, the only reason I took the Pelicans in the first half is because the Pelicans, if you watch their games, they're consistently terrible in the third quarter. They come out of halftime half asleep most of the nights, and that's what scares me away from them in the second half. Whereas the first half, they always seem to have a sense of urgency, energy, whatever you want to call it. The problem for the Pelicanos roster is nobody could guard Giannis. We get that, for sure. But who's even matching up with Giannis on the Pelicanos right now?
Man, they're going to have to try to put Zion on his – they're going to have to try to put Zion and then just have Adams back there playing free safety. That's their only chance, pretty much.
So that's what worries me about them full game. And I don't see how they solve that problem. I really don't. So I know that doesn't directly answer your question, but their defense is trash on a good day. So I don't see how this is going to be good for them tonight.
Yep, yeah, you said something there that the Pelicans they come out hot, and that's a coaching thing. If you're not coming out of the third quarter fired up or with a spark or anything, that's all on coaching. That's all on you. I mean, the players got to do something too, though. But and in my opinion, that's a coaching issue, my guys. But let's get to the next one. Yeah, man, they say it's off the board. Yeah, it's going to 5.5 for the Clippers now. That's what Heritage got. I'm seeing it right now. So it's going to come back on the board around 5.5, maybe 6. I'm going to tell you, people are probably going to hop all on them. I might go the other way, man. I might go the other way. But we got Kings versus next game up. Kings versus Raptors, my guys. Kings versus Raptors. Yes, sir. What's up, Junior? We got the Tampa Bay Raptors over here versus the Kings. Kings coming off their win in Orlando. So I mean, they've been over here. They've been over there in Florida for a while. OG's still questionable here with a calf. Let's see what you thinking here, Junior. With your team, the Raptors, they've been showing me something. The defense always gonna be there. They're off a couple of losses here. What you think? Bounce back, Junior?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been really, really off the Raptors all season. I don't think I've played a full game with them yet. I've done a couple first halves, but no full game. But this is going to be my first one. The Sacramento Kings are a joke. They're a dumpster fire. They're absolute garbage. They don't play any defense whatsoever, and that's the type of team Toronto needs to play, a team that doesn't really defend very well because Toronto's offense is mediocre at best. I think the Kings are going to have a really hard time scoring points in this spot. And like you mentioned, Toronto's lost 2 games in a row after they'd won 5 of 6. So I think that they're back at home. I think that they smack these boys up because I haven't been in Toronto for a while, but it's January. It ain't goddamn Orlando. I can tell you that. Sacramento's coming to the cold. Going to get a little wake-up call. Give me the Raptors to bounce back. If the Raptors can't bounce back against the Kings, again, nothing's a lock. But part of the Raptors' identity is effort. If they bring the requisite effort, I don't think Sacramento even scores 100 points in this game, if I'm being honest.
Woo! Yes, all about if the Raptors bring their defense. So the last time these teams faced off, BlackJack, Raptors didn't have Kyle Lowry. They went and put a 144 on the Kings, BlackJack, like literally with ease. 144 points, and that was in the midst of them struggling.
Yeah, they were playing terrible at that time.
This is exactly 3 weeks ago. This was on January 8th. They won 144 in Sacramento, 144 to 123. Smack City, Fletcher, BlackJack, Fletcher. What's up? What are we doing here, my guy?
I'm with my guy Junior here. Raptors minus the 5.5 full game. Ooh. This is, I mean, listen, this is the tonic for what ails you as a basketball team, right? It's the Sacramento Kings. They come to town. You're going to see that ball going through the net. You're going to see it a lot. You're going to feel good, right? And you're going to score points. Sacramento just can't score. And also, I mean, they got the win in Orlando, but they shot, 60% from the floor for the night? Like, that's not going to happen again. So I think we're getting a value on this number by virtue of the fact that the Kings won a game against Orlando. And now, they come down to Tampa to take on the Raptors, and we're only laying 5.5. Yeah, all day. Raptors.
Okay. Can I say something real quick, too?
What's up, Junior?
I know you can't stand Luke Walton, and this has got to be one of the biggest coaching mismatches of the night. Luke Walton versus Nick Nurse. Also, even though the Raptors are not playing at home, they're playing in Florida, not in Toronto. After their next 2 games, they play 9 out of their next 10 games on the road. So they just got to get wins in spots like these. They cannot afford to be dropping games to inferior teams.
No.
Smack City. I like the Raptors as well, my guys. Like I say, if you're gonna be off 2 losses, if you can smack them like that when you're not playing well, and then now you're playing a lot better. Your offense is actually alive. You're like, they're balling right now. I mean, even if they're off a couple of losses, I mean, they were without OG in the last game, so you can't really, blame them too much. They've been having a lot of injuries. I think he come back today. I think that the main thing with the Kings is you have to stop Fox, man. Stop Fox. If you can guard their guards, match their guards. Lowry, I need flopping Lowry out there tonight. I need you to get 2 quick. I need you to get 2 quick fouls. You or Van Fleet a little bit. Yeah, I need y'all to get quick fouls on Fox. Get his ass up out the game. You see what I'm saying? And you get out there. I ain't worried about nobody else, man. I'm worried about the rest of them because you can't let them guys get hot from 3, man. You have to worry about Halliburton coming off the bench. So you have to worry about them, but it starts with Fox, and then you go from there, my guys. But hopefully OG come back tonight. I like the Raptors here minus the 5.5. I think that's a little short here. You put 144 on this team, man, in their house when you were playing terrible. Now you're playing better. I like the Raptors today, man. Let's make it a trifecta for the show, my guys. All three of us let's cast the Raptors, my guys. Let's see. Next one up, we got the Cavs versus the Knicks, man. Man, I'm reading stuff about the Knicks. They talking about that. We know how Tibbs is. He run his guys to the he run them boys. They ran out of gas in Utah. Them boys, I read an article, Austin Rivers saying we didn't look good. The guys were just looking dead in that second half. Now they come back to the house, first game after a long road trip. After they were, fatigued. I mean, they could be still fatigued. They could, came back to the house chilling with hey, boys got to get right with the wife, BlackJack. They got to get right with the wife. What's up? First game back. This is an intriguing game, man. Cavs or Knicks here, BlackJack? Coin flip here.
Cleveland plus the point. Give me the Cavaliers. These teams have played twice this season. They've split those meetings, but I think that they're two teams going in a little bit of different directions at this point in the season. I like the fact, obviously, that Cleveland has Sexton and Garland back, the two of them playing very well off each other. The addition of Jared Allen, I think, can't be overstated for Cleveland. He has been a big piece for that team going forward. Whereas the Knicks, yes, they're scrappy. Yes, they play defense. That's what Thibodeau teams do. But this fascination that people have with betting the Knicks this year is something I don't understand. They may be a little better than I expected them to be, but this team is not great against the number. Like, this isn't the Bulls, right, who don't win a lot of games but cover a ton of them. That's not the Knicks here, guys. This team still is not a great bet. I think Cleveland is the better team here. I think that for all the talk about the Knicks defense we see, Cleveland plays every bit the defense, maybe even better. And I think they've just got more going for them. Give me the Cavaliers here.
Got you. I couldn't talk anybody out of there. That's the thing with they have Drummond and Jared Allen. Like when Drummond's going off the floor, and then you got Jared Allen. That's not really fair. That's not fair. They shouldn't do that. That's not fair. No, nobody can get to the rim now. You got two starting centers on your team. It's absolutely unfair, if you ask me. So I don't think Randall, Randall be able to do that too much of the bully ball. Clippers down to 4.5 at one of them. But I don't think they can really do that bully ball tonight. I do think that the Knicks can match up well versus the Cavs. There's no way that I'm taking the team when they're coming out saying that they're fatigued. Entering the first game back off a 4 or 5 game road trip, it's just always a flat spot. So I want to say Cavs are nothing, but it's a true 50-50 if you ask me. But yeah, I would lean the Cavs. They are the better team. They beat them 106-103 before they had Allen and Prince. They had a bunch of scrubs coming off the bench in that one. So it'll just be interesting to see if the Knicks can get back to playing their defense. If they could play that sticky defense, anything can happen. But I don't know. I don't like this game here, Junior. The Cavs are better though, right, Junior? What you got?
Yeah, so I'm trying to choose my words very carefully. One of my homies from Costa Rica, he lives in New York. He asked me if I wanted to do a Knicks podcast yesterday, and I was like, my guy, I would need to gather my thoughts so that your boys don't hate me, because I don't really have too much positive to say. I will say the under's worth a look in this game if we're just talking about betting purposes, but I've tried watching the Knicks over the last couple of games. It's just hard to watch these guys, bro. They need to, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Until they have an actual playmaker, what are they really even doing out there? It's just a bunch of forwards running around doing the same thing. I've been saying this for
James Harden, Junior. You sound like James Harden.
Like most people that watch this show, I got a lot of homies that are Lakers fans, the biggest bandwagon team in the league. And I was arguing with my homies a couple of years ago that if Julius Randle is on your team putting up numbers, your team is most likely shit. Look at what's happening right now. Julius Randle is killing it. What does that really mean? So they're just devoid of talent. I don't know, man. Like, when I look at this game, how are they really going to stop the Cavaliers backcourt And, as good as their forwards are, Andre Drummond's a different animal right now. He's playing with a lot of confidence. I don't like his game, but he likes his game, and he's playing with a lot of confidence, and he's better than their interior players just from a big man standpoint. So the Cavs have better guards. They have the best big man that's playing in the game. I could really only look towards the Knicks, and that's clearly not going to happen. So it's a pass for me.
Got you. So, and this is why I say it's an intriguing game, and I really think anything can happen. So, what do the Cavs do? They're really great on the boards and keeping you from getting into the interior. Getting to the hole real easily with Drummond and Jared Allen. But they have Colin Sexton that's doing his thing right now, who's pretty much their best player on the court. So now we counter with the Knicks, and this is why I say you always have to look at the matchups with their guards as far as like defensively. The Knicks have been really great defensively. It's just they have to find their like the starting five is defensive. Then their benches that comes in, they're the ones that score the points. So when I'm looking at this game, if the Knicks starting five can if they can slow down Sexton and keep him to a regular game, it could be that's their really only chance to win. And we know Drummond's going to do what he do. Jared Allen's going to do what they do inside. It's all about the Knicks if their bench can get to hitting those threes. If Austin Rivers is like that superstar looking Austin Rivers, that's when the Knicks have been good. And trust me, because I've been watching, it's crazy seeing Nick Rivers play so good over there. And then Alec Burks as well. When those guys get going off the bench, that's when the Knicks get scary. When they're not, that's when they're like an average team. So one of those guys may have to go to the starting lineup as well, because we know Bullock's been in and out. So I actually like Burks to be in that starting lineup for the Knicks. This isn't a bad team, man. It's just right now, me reading about them being so fatigued, I can't hop on them right now. If you look at the Knicks here, you look at them early, probably in the second half, that's when the Cavs could possibly come back and get this one. I don't like that Austin Rivers saying that they fatigued and stuff. It's just not – it's tough there, my guys. It's tough. So really intriguing game. I'd say watch this one, maybe look at a live play. See who came to play, because this is one I would really see early in the game who came to play, my guys. Next one up. Clippers versus Magic, man. This line was open at Magic -2. It went up to 3.5, and then we get PG and Kawhi news. I'm seeing it flip to -5.5. I see 4.5 at one spot, 5. So it's from 4.5 to 5.5 for the Clippers here. Now they're laying points. Everything changes now. Literally everything changes in this game, Junior. Now that they're laying points on the road instead of getting points, and they got their two superstars back, Junior. Sometimes we've seen it where the superstars come back, especially off this quarantine shit where they don't necessarily look all the way in rhythm. They're back tonight. Will they be all the way there, Junior?
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's kind of where my head's at with this game, where those guys are coming back, but the circumstances don't seem right. Not for the line to flip like this. I'm not even saying that it's not that the Clippers are not this much better than Orlando. Clearly they are, especially this version of Orlando. But at least Orlando has most of their horses, and most of these guys, I shouldn't say most of their horses. They're not missing their main players, whereas the Clippers' main players are just coming back into the lineup. And here's the difference. The Clippers' two guys that are coming back into the lineup, they're going to take away 40 shots from the rest of the group, right? Those 40 shots are split up between the rest of the roster. It's not like one guy coming in, okay, yeah, that's 8. Nah, now you got two guys coming in that are taking 40-plus shots. How does everybody else adjust to that? So I just don't feel comfortable laying points with a team that could be in flux the way that it's possible for the Clippers to be, because, again, Orlando's not playing the defense that we're used to. But that's who they are. That's what they'll try to hang their hat on. That's the side of the ball that you can count on for Orlando, because it's not offense. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I don't understand why people in the chat are really trying to go back and forth for this. If you don't think they're playing, go and smash the Magic, man. Guys, bro, the reports are literally look at the lines. They wouldn't be laying 5 points here if Kawhi and PG wouldn't come back tonight. They're out of health and protocols. They're available to play tonight. Now, whether they want to come out and say at the last minute that they're not going to play, that's another thing. But they're available to play tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like that, the line is moved. Like I just don't understand. You're trying to copy and paste a report from last night or something. Like, yeah, I saw reports yesterday as well that they were supposed to be out. That's why you saw the line going up this morning. They're like things can change, guys. Like you saw a report yesterday. It's all about what's happened today, a few hours ago, a few minutes ago. Things get updated, especially in today's game. So I just say keep a note of us. As of now, yeah, Kawhi and PG and Paul George are supposed to be playing tonight. Just me, BlackJack. They could come back and be super rusty. And if they're not on their game, they're taking the shots. They're going to have the ball. If they're not all the way 100% or all the way in rhythm, which they shouldn't, they hadn't been practicing and stuff. If anything, they could come back and be detrimental to the team more than they are helping the team, BlackJack. I can only look at the Magic here plus the points, BlackJack.
I agree with you. For me, it's Magic or nothing, which means it's nothing. I think that, with Kawhi and Paul George coming back, number one, you don't know what you're going to get out of them. You don't know what kind of condition they're going to be in first game back. And as you said, Jay, it can disrupt a team sometimes. So for me, I'm not going to touch this one simply because I don't trust the Orlando Magic. I don't know how anyone could trust the Orlando Magic. So for me, it's a pass. Walking away.
Exactly. Let me see. Yeah, I might be I'm looking at that game because if they come back, then they might maybe a Sweet Lou or something. I kind of like the Magic here plus that 5.5. And you already see it. Some of these books they got to take it. They got to come back down to the 5. Somebody gonna hit that. Like I say, I'm gonna sit there and wait until the last right before the game, see what's up. But I don't think those guys hadn't even been practicing. They just cleared the protocols and coming back today. If they come back like that, I'm gonna be probably on the Magic there plus the 5.5, my guys. I love it when they do that. Oh, the guys come back in. Yeah, go ahead, take the Clippers. Go ahead. Hop on their ass. They can smack them. They can smack them by 20. Much better team than the Magic, but they still play defense. They just got to get that offense going, man. Got to get the offense going. But let's get to another game there, man. We got the 76ers versus the Timberwolves here. What you think? This could look like a prime letdown game. The Timberwolves. Do they get Russell back? They already without Russell, the Bulls are even more terrible. They still show fight versus the Warriors, BlackJack. But what do you think? My thing here is the 76ers. And if Embiid doesn't play, come on, what are we doing? Does the 76ers care about this game, BlackJack?
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Like that's the problem with this one is this is the definition of a letdown spot, right? Like this is the textbook. It's in there with the schedule from the last few days in the NBA. This is the letdown spot. But there's no Cat, and Russell may play, may not play. Who knows? I mean, you can't back Minnesota here. There's no way. Like, this is a game, again, you got to pass on. Don't put your money on this game. This is way too unpredictable of a spot.
Exactly. Yeah, Timberwolves. So it sounds freaking nuts. Timberwolves are nothing for me, man, off this. Well, that's because I think that they'll likely rest Embiid. It's just one of those games where we got what we wanted. Now we don't really care anymore, Junior. They could still smack them, though, but we've seen them do that versus the Pistons. The Pistons when they had Embiid, it's just, we come in here, we'll kind of play around, rec ball, Junior. What you think, rec league basketball? It's the regular season.
Yeah, I'm taking the Sixers in this spot, even though I've been one of their biggest haters on this show, for one simple reason, and you actually just said it right there at the end. The 76ers defense is back to where it was 2 years ago. It was good last year too, but it's back to being an elite defense. The Timberwolves, I have no evidence that they even run plays. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like they're just out there just playing. It's like 1st to 11, except it's quarters. And by the way, 1st to 11 wouldn't even be an exaggeration with how shit their offense is. This team can. You want me to give you a prediction? I don't know what the team total is because I don't do props. I'm probably going to go and smash the Wolves team total under. But for now, I'm on Philly minus 6.5 because I do not think Minnesota scores 100 points in this game. With or without Embiid, I think the Sixers smash these boys. Minnesota.
Yeah,
horrendous.
I don't know. I think that's a bit far to say. Without Embiid, I could easily see them losing this game. No shade to you, Junior. Your play, like I say, Embiid in theory they should smash, and if they care. But with him out, this team is literally a whole different time. Like you have a center here where your whole offense literally runs through their center. If they need a bucket, they're going to him. They just rely on him so much to get to the foul line. They rely on him so much, and then Dwight Howard, you go literally to all offense to no offense at all and just defense and having to rely on everybody else. So 76ers are just like what BlackJack said. It's a prime letdown spot off your championship, your Super Bowl game up to this point of the year. You won on a game-winning shot. It's just, do you get up for this game? Because then we see teams not really bring the defense when they don't get up. It's called me crazy. It's Timberwolves or nothing for me on this Friday night home game, home dog. Maybe Russell seemed like he was just resting a couple games. He probably comes back tonight. Russell probably comes back tonight. The Timberwolves, they don't really run their plays. I don't know how to fan their coach, but like them boys, I'm watching them lately, and them boys, like, they still playing hard, man. They could have messed around and covered that last game versus the Warriors, man. But the Warriors are, you know what I'm saying, they was pissed at the house. But we talked about this game a little bit too long, man. I'm definitely not making Timberwolves official, but I really do think Russell comes back tonight, and some tells me that the 76ers have a huge letdown here. What's up, Junior?
No, I just wanted to say, because I see some people in the chat asking the same question that you did and why I think they're still going to smash with or without Embiid. Two reasons. Number one, this matchup between these two teams I've watched the last couple of times. It's a little bit of a rivalry, even though Embiid squashed it because Cat's mom passed away. These teams don't like each other. Embiid and Cat hate each other. I know Cat's not playing. But that bad blood exists between these two teams. When you look at the matchup man for man, player for player, the way that I see 76ers playing defense lately, I think that their players can absolutely shut down Minnesota's best players, especially if D'Angelo Russell's not playing. So I just really think that offense is going to be a big, big problem for Minnesota. So just to answer the question, I guess this play is almost more about me fading Minnesota than believing in the 76ers, because I think anyone that watches this show knows I'm not really a 76ers guy like that.
Got you. Hey, they could definitely smash, my guys. The Timberwolves have definitely been even when they are playing hard, they've been one of the worst teams in the league, my guys. Clear bet. Like, some people are just gonna bet against them every game of the season. They're still probably gonna come up, man. But it happens. Let's see. Try to get to a few more games. Yeah, Nets versus OKC. I can't tell you guys. OKC coming off a 5-game road trip, first game back at the house. Still without George Hill as well. I ain't gonna say I was gonna be all over Nets, but I was gonna make a play on the Nets if they had the three tandem of KD. Harden and Kyrie with then you have Jeff Green, the three Green, KD, and Harden coming back to OKC. I really want to hop on that. Their little homecoming. That's where everything started. I really wanted to hop on them to come in here and smash them boys. Smack City. KD, their best player by far out. I don't like just Kyrie and Harden together. Those are the 2 point guards. I'd like one of those plus KD and then one of those out, and I'd still be on it. But I can't take it with KD out. I'm not taking OKC either. But I like the Nets in this spot, man. OKC still in their first game back at the house, man. You got to get right with the wife and all this stuff. But any looks on this game, BlackJack?
Yep, OKC plus 9.5. Took it right before this show started with before they announced Durant being out. Listen, Oklahoma City, they play defense. They play tough defense. They're going to make the Nets work, and they're going to out-rebound the Nets, because I think the three of us could out-rebound the Nets at this point. They will keep this within the number. Oklahoma City plus 9.5.
Got you, Junior. Hey, BlackJack, things gonna be easy over there. Junior, what you think? You riding with my guy BlackJack there?
Man, these bitch ass girls in Brooklyn are not seeing none of my money, bro. I'm
finally.
I'm so out on these guys. I'm gonna watch and learn. No
gotcha.
way.
Hey, when everybody get That's exactly what I was thinking. I really wanted KD to be in this game because when everybody get out on them, that's when they'll come in like that's when they'll come in and smash somebody. The Hawks had the offense to keep up with them. We'll see if OKC have the offense. They play really good defense, but what I've seen this year when these teams come back in that first game is just a little bit of a flat spot. So we'll see if it's flat for them or if OKC is just immune to that flat spot, which they could be. They play hard every single day. They have the much better defense here. So I'm not taking the Nets without KD, but with him in there, I was gonna be on the Nets here by double digits for sure, my guys. One more game up, Nuggets versus Spurs. My guys. Real quick, what you think? The Nuggets has been real hot here. They do have a big date with the Jazz coming up next, and their next game is the last game of their road trip. I really don't want to step in front of the Nuggets because they've been hot, somewhat like the Jazz. The Spurs here, dog at the house. It's a revenge spot, home dog. I really want to take the Spurs here, guys. Junior, talk me out of it.
I can't because my lean is the Spurs, but I feel like my personal belief that the Nuggets are not as good as we're seeing is I can admit my own bias. I don't want to jump in front of a super hot team, but if you put a gun to my head, I'm taking the points with the Spurs. I feel like they're being a bit disrespected. I think they're going to be motivated to win this game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's the revenge spot too. BlackJack, talk me out. Please talk me out. The Nuggets have been super hot right now. Talk me out of the Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't talk you out of it because I think again this is a prime spot for the Nuggets to be looking ahead to the game against Utah. San Antonio's tough. They're well coached. They're a team that plays hard. They're consistent in their effort. I couldn't talk you out of it. I mean, it's not for me, but if it's for you, you do you, buddy.
Exactly. Yeah, I just want y'all to talk. I just want to see if y'all could talk me out. This sound like both y'all actually leaning the Spurs as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm heavily leaning the Spurs. I really want to take that home dog there, my God. I really do. Yeah, Ish Smith, Troy Brown, and Envy is still out. Hatcher-Murray and Bertans come back today, my God. Come back today. So, BlackJack, break them off with your official plays, my guy, before we get out of here.
All right, so we got a few today. We've got Toronto -5.5, the Cleveland Cavaliers +1, Oklahoma City +9.5, and I got one more we didn't talk about. Dallas and Utah, second game of their little two-game set. Dallas on the money line, coming back with the same play again here. First half of that game and the second half, two different stories. The Mavericks figured it out defensively, okay? They figured it out. I'm going to say the Mavericks come back, get the win with or without Donovan Mitchell in this game. If he's not there, big Mavericks win. If he is there, again, we just talked about it with the Spurs. Jazz looking ahead to Denver. Give me the Mavericks. Straight up.
I hope you're right. Junior, break them off with your official plays, my guy.
Two plays, Sixers -6.5, Raptors -5.5. Let's get this money.
Let's get it, my guys. And I'm riding with you with the Raptors. I'm riding with you guys with the Raptors, man. -5.5. Let's cash it, my guys. Let's go. We're going back. I might have to put some Jurassic Park or some shit on tonight, man. With the Raptors, rapping with the Raptors, my guys. Let's get. I had got a heavy lean to the Spurs too, man. That's what I'm looking at deeply. If I do end up hopping on it, I'll put it on Twitter or something, man. We appreciate y'all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, man. We gone.